Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tamla and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, where we share about treats, business, and life. I am your co host, Tamala. I am owner of Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. Torlitas is a dessert company located right here in the state of Ohio, where I specialize in salty, sweet treats. If you want to know more about me and my business, go to at Torlitas. That's T as in Tuesday, Orlitas. Taylor?
Hey guys, so we are back with another episode, and we are talking about organizing our baking schedules and our plans, and those most importantly, the essential breaks that we need. I am Taylor, owner of Taylor's Kitchen, located right here in Albion, Michigan, where we make custom sweet treats for your special occasions. I can be found on all social media platforms at Sweet Spirit Treats. Hello, bakers. On this week's episode, we are talking um, about organizing our baking schedules and planning those essential breaks that we need throughout the year. So let's get into this episode. Are you ready to fall in love with your year ahead? It's only January and we have so much time still left in the year to plan, organize, and get ourselves ready for this year of 2024 to be great.
Sounds good to
So,
me.
um, So one thing that we definitely realize is that time can go by fast, whether you have a plan or you don't have a plan. 2023 came and it went, and although it felt like time was going extremely fast last year, if you had a plan or if you didn't have a plan, it still went by. So we're going to talk about setting yourself up for success this year. We're going to talk about some things like setting smart goals or objectives. We're going to talk about um, definitely making sure that you plan your breaks, your family time, your vacation time. And also, we're going to talk about how you can plan your month as a treat maker. So, I recently read this book called Oversubscribe. If you have not read this book, I definitely want you to check it out. It is an awesome book. It's by a man named Daniel Priestley, and it really breaks down how to plan and organize your year so that you always have traffic coming into your business and how you can set it up so that it can be effective for you. So one of the big things that we one of the big things that we do in our business is we go from point to point to point to point. And sometimes we do that without really thinking about what we want to do next, or we may see somebody else do something and we're like, oh, cool to do that. But a big thing that we have to think about is how we're going to market things. How long had they been planning on doing that? You may have seen it 5 times through an email, a text, and some social media posts, but that may have been over a week. And you feel like, oh man, it all happened at once, right? So we just want to take the time to think about how we want our year to be. So one of the things that we had talked about was that's that we're going to talk about is setting smart goals and objectives. Have you thought about doing that for Torlitas, Tamala?
Yeah, definitely. Even though it should be done the previous year, like October, November at the latest. But sometimes, life takes over, right? So there's definitely things I want to accomplish in the 2024 year, and some things are still coming together, and some things are under wraps right now until I'm ready to reveal them.
That is awesome. I know with things such as like big brand stores, they have their schedules normally mapped out for 2 or 3 years in advance what they're going to do. So as us as consumers, to getting out of the mindset of a consumer to a business owner, you have to plan out what you want things to look like and how you want things to go. Say, for instance, we know that there are some big holidays that we may celebrate in our area, in our hometowns, or just in the region that we live in. Say, for instance, we have a yearly festival in our city that that a lot of the businesses come and they close down our downtown area, and they have people from all over the country come back to our city, and then we set up businesses along the street and we have different vendors. So like that is something that's unique to our city, right? But a lot of people that are around here that are my client base, they know about it. So that's going to happen in September. So say for instance, we are setting up our goals or our themes for the year of 2024. It's an annual event. So it's January already. I know I'm planning that for the fall. So that can be our big event for the fall. So you want to just kind of like go through in your mind, what events did I attend last year? Will they be on the calendar again this year? And you want to just take like some time and you want to just really think about all of the events that you attended last year, and you want to put them down in a list. Or even if you missed something because you might have missed the deadline to sign up or you didn't realize it, you got to keep track of these things because um the notes the note tab app in my phone is my best friend. Okay. I have a couple things that are my best friend. So the notes app in my phone. I also use a system to help us with organizing our events and things, and that's like a scheduling system. So we have like a calendar, and then we use another app. We use Canva a lot. So these three things are very big in helping us stay organized in our business and helping us to know when we're going to record, when we're going to send out emails and newsletters and all those different things. So those are some of the things that we also need to focus on in our home treat business. Taking the
Yes,
time to plan out our year ahead of time.
I totally agree with that. So here's an idea that I'm not sure if it's foolproof yet, but think about it. If you have the whole year to plan, what's fresh in your mind right now? So, what about taking the calendar and turning it upside down and starting with December? We know that we just finished up the holiday for Christmas, those who celebrate Christmas, holiday season, baking season. It was bananas, right? So, if we have that information in our heads still, why don't we
Mhm.
plan for 2024 with that information? What worked, what didn't work, what things you want to do for next year? There's things that are on deep discount right now for packaging and things. If you have the extra right now, buy those things now, okay? So it'll be ready for 2024, okay? Starting in October, really is when you start planning that kind of stuff, dropping seeds. But we have videos of that that we how to get ready for the holiday season. But if you take that now and put it on on turn it upside down, start with the holiday season and from November to December, then go back to fall. What is fall? Harvest season or Halloween or whatever you do. And then before that is September. No, yeah, September and then August. What do you want for the latter part of the summer? What do you want in spring? Okay, how do you want to have your things written? Because a lot of times, if you're doing like shows, if you're doing farmers markets and things like that, between now and March, you need to be reaching out to people or seeing, when they're going to have their shows this upcoming year and get your money ready so you can get in. Okay. A lot of this is first come, first serve. You want to be at the beginning of this and get and reach out to them. No one says you can't reach out to these organizers to say, hey, I want to be up front. What is the cost for being up front with a table? or something like that. You don't want to be in the back. Yes, if people have, want to go through the whole thing, right? But some of these shows are really, really big. And you don't want to be the last one in the last row from, 50 tables, that's in the back. People are just exhausted. Maybe they have the children with them, the children are crying and carrying on, or maybe you can't make it to the back. Maybe you have spent out all your money and can't make it no more to the, to to patronize someone that's in the back room or back area or the farthest away area. We'll just say that. So reach out now and see if you can get the tables up front. How much are they, or if they're at a premium, or if they're the same cost, or what have you. Okay. So that's my input on kind of planning out your year. Start with the most fresh thing that's in your mind, the holiday that just passed, that year. And then there's so many things that are in between there that maybe you haven't taken advantage of. A lot of people are doing things for Mardi Gras, right? I didn't think about Mardi Gras. I know about Mardi
Yeah.
Gras and things like that, but a lot of people
Mhm.
are doing treats focused on that area. There's other things that's going on this month. Black History for February, Black History Month, right? Have you done some Black History Month items as treats for your business? Have you offered anything? We know Valentine's Day, but there's so many things, and this is what Taylor and I do also. We go through and we do a search for calendars of what the food holidays are of each month, and you can, pretty much do your calendar or do a menu around the specific days, in that particular month. So be considerate of that as well.
Yeah. And then that will not only help you with your day-to-day sales, it will also help you with social media posting. Say for instance, today it is a specific holiday. So, or today is a specific national day. So you could say, hey, on this month of this day, I want to do a flash sale. So if you're going to do a flash sale, you can send it out to your email list. If you are collecting emails, you can send it via text message. If you're collecting text message as you go throughout your year, so that when it's time to do the things such as email marketing or text marketing, you already have your clientele pretty much built up. Another way to organize your year is by setting a revenue goal. Say, for instance, I have a desire to make $50,000 this year in my treat business, right? So I know it's 12 months in a year. I'm going to take that $50,000 and I'm going to divide it by the 12 months. That's going to show me how much money I want to make each month, right? And now that could be from a variety of things. It could be from my weekly orders. It can be from events that I attend. It could be from digital products. It could be from our podcast. It can be from a whole host of things. But when you're thinking about a SMART goal and we have a specific, straight to the point, I want to make $50,000 this year. Okay. And then we have to identify what you need to reach that goal. That's when we're going to break it down monthly, and then we can break it down weekly, and then you can even break it down daily. And that way you have something that you kind of want to focus on, right? But you want to make sure that the goal is realistic to what you are doing in your business. Because if you don't make sure the goal is realistic to what you are doing in your business, then it may be you may feel like a sense of like you can't do it or it's not for you. So just make sure that you are setting a realistic goal. If you have made $15,000 in your business last year, maybe your goal might be to make $20,000 this year. And you want to set it as an objective. So now once it's realistic, okay, you got your objective, you want to focus on the time. So say we broke it down into monthly. So now we're going to say we want to have this goal met by the end of the year, or this objective met by the end of the year. So now we got to focus on what things are going to help us get to this goal. So now we can focus on breaking down our themes into months. or into seasons. And we can go and we can do what Tamala said. We can get out our calendar. We can do like a year at a glance, and we can break down during the holiday season. I make this much. I know during the summer, I make more revenue than I normally make in the winter. So you know how the ebbs and flows of your business is, but we just want to focus on having a general plan for the year and giving us something to look forward to so that way we can focus on our treat business being what we have a desire for it to be. Some people may not want to make as much money. Some people may want to just do this and spend more time with their family. So they may say, once I reach 3 cakes in a month, I'm done. You know, it's your business. So you can make it as small, you can make your objectives as big or as small as you would like. But the thing is just to have something to focus on, something that you feel like is specific, measurable, attainable, and realistic. Okay.
And that
Were you
is
going to
what
say?
SMART goals stand for. I'm glad you brought
Yeah.
that up. Yeah, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So that's what SMART
Mhm.
stands for, and that's what Taylor was giving you an example of.
Yes. And so another thing that we want to definitely do in planning this is we want to plan breaks. So say for instance, summer is your busiest season. One thing that I did last year is 1 month out of each weekend, I did not work. And although it was very, very hard to not work for that one weekend, I had some very, very cool memories that I otherwise wouldn't have had if I was in the kitchen baking all week. I would have been extremely exhausted and tired. And so I definitely want to encourage you to plan the breaks that you need, especially for the areas of like self care. And definitely when you are taking a break from the business, you are able to come back and be more creative than if you were just in the kitchen baking or sending emails or different things like that. So take the time to set up either a weekend getaway or a cozy baking free day, and
Or
just
even a
have
pedicure,
fun.
manicure, or self-care day.
Yeah,
And it
definitely.
can be
A
just an hour
self-care
or
day.
two.
Right.
And I
Or yeah,
also
it can just be an hour or two.
Mhm. And I also want to point out that I know when you're doing your planning for the year, there's often times that you will get tapped on the shoulder to give something pro bono. There's something that's happening, and people want you to volunteer your time and your product, right? So instead of being caught off guard with that, you can plan that in your year, and you can set aside the time and you can set aside the amount that you want to donate, and you can get that, add that into your pricing structure for the year. So you're not going to be out of, anything, especially, mostly your time, of course, and your energy of doing it, but you have planned this in your year planner, so it's something that you can look forward to instead of regretting. Okay, who wants to
Right.
always say no? You don't always have to say no, but you can say, okay, I have this set of time set aside for this cause, and it's going to be a no-brainer for me because you've already planned it. So I know a lot of people get hit left and right, and you don't want to be at a deficit when it comes at the end of the year. But you can also give back to the community, do your charitable um, interest and things like that. Those are also check with your tax person. Those things can be account for you as a business if you're being charitable. I'll say that.
So those are our tips for getting organized, getting your baking business together. Remember, we are only in month 1 according to our calendar. So we have 11 more months still to plan out, to get organized, to drop some themes and kind of just not kind of, but make our business fit into our lives instead of our business taking over our lives, which some people have done. So remember, even if it's 3 cakes a month or if it's 15 cakes a month, you have the opportunity to make the business fit into your lifestyle. So we want to just make sure your year is filled with love and joy, and you create lots of memorable moments in your business. Um, and as you are going along this baking journey, don't forget to follow us at 5T Podcast. We also have our Facebook group. If you would like to continue on this journey together, you can go over there and you can hang out. Happy planning, and we hope that you have a wonderful year. And as always, have a blessed week. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.